I think we are in the middle of three nonlinear accelerations, all at the same time, with the three biggest forces on the planet, which I call the market, Mother Nature, and Moore's Law. So if you were to put Mother Nature, that for me is climate change, biodiversity loss, and population growth, on a graph, it would actually look like a hockey stick. If you were to put the market, now for me the market is globalization. And don't pay attention to these stories that say globalization is over, it's dead. They're talking about the old definition of globalization, which is really just focused on trade, container ships, and financial flows. Today's globalization is all about digital flows, just what your conference is about. It's about Facebook and Twitter and PayPal, all these things that are being digitized and flowing globally. And if you put that on a graph, it looks like a hockey stick. And Moore's Law, coined by Gordon Moore, that the speed of Intel, that the speed and power of microchips will double every 24 months. If you put that on a graph, it looks like a hockey stick. We're in the middle of three nonlinear hockey stick accelerations, all at the same time, with the three largest forces on the planet, and they're all interacting with each other. More Moore's Law drives more digital globalization, and real globalization and more globalization drives more climate change and solutions as well. So let's go through very quickly these three accelerations. My chapter will start with Moore's Law because that's really the driver. It's a proxy for technology. And the next chapter in the book, which is about the Moore's Law acceleration, is called What the Hell Happened in 2007? Now you're thinking 2007. What an innocuous year. What happened in 2007? Well, I'll begin that chapter with a scene in Palo Alto where Steve Jobs, in December 2006, is at his daughter's soccer game and pulls out of his pocket to show John Doerr, leader of Kleiner Perkins, something he called the iPhone. John, he said, this phone almost broke Apple, making this phone. A month later, the Moscone Center in San Francisco, he unveiled the iPhone. So the first thing that happened in 2007 is that the iPhone came out, launching the whole smartphone revolution. But you know what else happened in 2007? Facebook came out of high schools and colleges, was open to everybody. You know what else happened in 2007? Twitter came out in 2007. You know what else happened in 2007? Hadoop came out. Hadoop's the most important company in America no one's ever heard of. They basically created the foundation for big data. You know what else happened in 2007? GitHub came out, the biggest open source repository for software, growing at about 1 million users a year. You know what else happened in 2007? Android came out in 2007. You know what else happened in 2007? IBM Watson was begun in 2007. You know what else happened in 2007? Airbnb came out. 2007, Change.org came out. 2007, Palantir came out. 2007, Michael Dell retired in 2005. He was done. He wanted to put his feet up. He decided he better come out of retirement in 2007. Ever looked at a graph of the sequencing of the human genome? It looks like this. The cost of sequencing one genome looks like this. It looks like a waterfall. Check the year down there, 2007. In 2007, Google bought something called YouTube. In 2007, Intel, for the first time, went off silicon to make its chips, extending Moore's Law for a whole nother set of generations. 2007, friends, in my view, was the greatest inflection point in technology since Gutenberg invented the printing press. And it was completely disguised by 2008. So right after we went into this massive inflection point where people felt like they were on a moving sidewalk that suddenly went in your businesses from 5 miles an hour to 35 miles an hour, we hit 2008 and everything froze.